Everybody, welcome back to our 5th episode of our Cyberpunk campaign, Night City Discordance. Now, where we left off, the band had just gotten to Afterlife, and they're going to see Rogue about the coordinates that Snake Nation has given to her in order to have them get a pickup and a drop-off. Max is doing this because he owes the clan for swapping out of the Echo for him because he got too much sheet. So, that's where we're picking off. Things get a little interesting once they go on that little smuggling run. You guys get to the booth, and you see Rogue just kind of both arms back on her booth, her couch, essentially. And she's just watching you. She kind of gestures either side for you guys to have a seat quietly. Doesn't say anything yet. But you can get that feeling.
I'm going to slide in and be like positioned like this. Just fucking late. I mean, it's enough. It's 9 feet in. Mm-hmm. I'm going to fucking lounge out.
You have plenty of room.
Like, yeah, in the curve.
As you guys get in, she watches you all, and you get the general impression that she's silently judging every single one of you.
Looking at her with straight red eyes because I wear those contacts everywhere.
I'll walk in super casual, like not exuding anything but like comfort and just like all cool.
And so you'll lean against the wall, cross her arms.
So, what can I do for you, Mr. Bengal?
I'm here for the coordinates of the pickup for the Snake Nation. We're told we had to pay you in advance before anything, so I'm here to do that.
I always get paid up front.
Sure, it's your prerogative.
Do you have a transfer or do you have it in cash?
I have a transfer.
Okay. She'll lean forward and take like one of the cocktail napkins and write down an account number and just slide it 2 fingers across the table towards Max.
I'll take it and I'll transfer.
Okay.
The 2,000.
Once you finish, you'll see on her eye, she'll get like a flash and then a small scrolling. She'll just kind of nod. Good. Good for your word. Now that's all gone through, let me get you what you came here for. And she'll write down another series of numbers and coordinates and slide those across to you.
All right.
So, were you just the one who was unlucky enough to get sent this direction? Because you don't really look like the type of clientele I usually do business with.
I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing. But,
well, that usually means you're not anybody of importance in this city's nightlife.
I'll just smirk.
Hey, Rogue, you know what? You're right. Person that you're looking at right now, my face, I'm a nobody. I'm just an errand boy for the Snake Nation. That's all. I'm here for my family. That's it.
Well,
nothing else.
Oh, we were the closest ones. That's all.
That's it. We're nobodies. We are expendables. We're absolutely nothing.
See, now I know you're full of shit with that, which means you want to be somebody. You're just playing low.
Who doesn't want to be somebody? Everybody wants to be somebody.
Well, the moment you stop wanting to be somebody is the moment you're dead in this city.
We'll see. But
well,
as far as we're concerned right now, hey, I'm just Bengal of the Snake Nation. That's it.
Well,
hey, Bengal?
Yeah.
Was this the one that you told me? The thing
Yeah.
you told me? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. Yeah.
Fair
yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Enjoy your ride tonight.
Sounds good. We have what we need.
Yeah, thanks.
Pleasure
Hey, you know
doing
what,
business.
Rogue? Like I was told you were abrasive. I find you to be perfectly personable and friendly and everything. Totally easy to deal with. This is a great conversation.
Oh, I'm enjoying myself greatly.
I can
immensely.
tell.
Mm.
I can tell. Yeah.
Now, I do have some real players coming in, so if you don't mind vacating.
Hey, far be it from us to take up any more of your valuable time. But hey, we'll have a drink sometime. Maybe later on when we get back. I'll stand up.
Yeah, so maybe. And if you want any real work, maybe come this way every once in a while.
We'll keep that
Noted.
in mind.
Yeah, your clan can't really pay you what I can pay.
I'm guessing
Heard.
probably not.
Yeah.
Not always about the money.
It's good to know.
I'll stand up, but good to know.
She actually raises a brow at that comment from Vox. Like, not always about the money. She's just kind of like,
I'll just shrug. Gotta go.
Who are these
Good
fucking
night.
people?
almost respected you guys. Almost. Have a good night.
I'll start heading out.
Okay. You guys walk out. And as you conclude your business with Rogue and just walk right out of the meeting, so to speak, people at the bar are like watching you go by and just shrug and go back to their drinks. You guys make it to the front. The main security guard, you guys walked in, that larger bouncer, like, hey, Mr. Tiger, have a good night, all right? Hopefully.
As
Hey,
I
you too.
pass him,
Thanks
as
a
I
lot.
pass him, I'm gonna hand him my untouched drink and been like, I got you something from the bar. I knew you'd be thirsty talking to people, and walk and just keep walking.
Hey, you can come back. He'll just
know.
take a sip.
Z's actually gonna chuckle as she walks out here in that exchange. Just
I don't really understand what's happening right now, so I'm just gonna make sure no one pulls a gun.
See, you guys walk out unmolested. So
you can tell the two introverts of the group. The Netrunner and this solo.
I'm not an introvert necessarily. I'm just not masked. So I guess I'm an introvert.
you're just a thing, you know? So you guys walk out, ascend the stairs, go through the courtyard, walk back down that little alleyway like entrance. You guys came from the main thoroughfare. Make your way back towards the SUV. Get there. Nobody's tagged the car. Nobody's stolen the car. The car is still here. Perfectly fine.
This is good news.
And you have the coordinates that she gave you on the napkin.
It's always a good day on a day that nobody steals your shit. Just
Right.
saying.
And that we don't have to shoot our band manager.
This is kind of fun,
stealing
guys.
our
This
shit.
is like
Somebody
having
stole that
secret
guy's shoes.
identities.
Oh, when you're engaged in criminal activity, it's probably good that you don't do it with your own face.
Yeah.
Like now we're just innocent little. Oh yeah, we're nobody, and then when we,
I mean,
little do they know, these fuckers. All right, I'm gonna put in the coordinates and see where the fuck's at.
Okay. All right.
Oh
so
yeah,
you
get to set it
guys
to Pam.
are currently in Watson, and the coordinates that Max pulls up once he enters them in are in the old med center, right here, in the hot zone. If you can see that.
Man,
Fucking course. Because it can never be easy.
you gotta go through the paint block before you get there. Motherfuck.
So the hot zone is definitely an issue. That's one of the places that's still kind of devastated from the nuclear fallout for when Silverhand bombed the tower. It's not a radiation issue that much anymore. Now it's just crumbling old buildings and constant ash falling from burned out skyscrapers. There is some salvage that can be had there, but it's also a place where there's not going to be any sort of police assistance, corporate or otherwise, if shit goes down.
If shit
That's
gets
good.
real.
Well, if shit gets real, we're dead anyway, so we might as
No,
well.
shit gets real. We got a solo. We might be all right.
That's true. You might
Well,
be all right. I didn't mean to.
Love the optimism, Jeff.
I didn't mean to laugh at your chances. I was just kind of like, "That's a funny statement." Now I get that.
I thought it was funny too because we're called solos, not groups. So
Oh,
Yeah.
this is true. So, pulling up a little more information on the pickup point, let's get you guys to that map. So, those coordinates come down to the center of the map here, essentially, which is at number 9, is what you're looking for, and that is the old medical school and Night City Med Center. It's this wedge-shaped building right off a main street that comes in through that area. So you have a good straightaway way to get there and then peel off if you need to. A little more detail here. Let me scroll you on down. There's a little bit more. This is actually that block. And the building is literally the wedge-shaped one, numbered 11. Now, what's left of that building you can't get from coordinates. That you're not really quite sure of. It could be completely leveled. It could be almost intact and just shattered windows and bent steel. But you do know that's where you're going for the pickup. You don't have a name. You don't have a time. You just have the coordinates.
Would this be?
On
would
the
this-
way, should we stop and pick up masks?
I don't go anywhere without mine. So
Yeah. So either we're wearing our band masks, which is cool. I'm all about being known for that, but then we can't do live shows.
Yeah, it's time to pick up another helmet.
Or we have to do live shows where we have higher protection.
Yep.
When I'm all down with that, fucking let the world know, hey, we hate the corpse and this is why we hate the corpse and we do what we do. Or we just pick up new masks and say, fuck it. We're 3 different people. We're the band. We're us
3
and
different
Kimberly.
people.
And then you're edge runners.
Fucking edge runners.
you
so.
can do whatever you want. CD driver is CD driver.
All right then. Fair enough. I guess Vox is Vox.
Okay.
We'll use our masks. Fuck it. I'll be attached to what we do. I'm cool with that. Just want to make sure everybody knows.
I mean,
That's some
if we,
shit.
if we feel like we need masks to go into the hot zone, I'm willing to wear them so that we don't inhale particulate. But what difference does it make if we wear masks or not?
Well, no, I mean, I figure
The man
we can
has
pick
a
up. I mean, are we gonna do this in our band helmets, or are we gonna pick up different helmets to do this shit in?
Well,
As-
here's the problem. The fucking symbol for the fucking Snake Nation and the colors are on the fucking SUV. So anything that we do, anything that we do while using this goddamn van is
Well,
going
we
to get
could
traced
spray
back to
paint it.
that.
Ooh. For Max, that's like pissing on your colors.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can't do that.
we
You can't
can't
take
really
it
do
off.
that,
You
man.
can't cover it up. You can't do any of that shit.
Is what it
Well,
is,
you
my
could
guy.
cover it. You can cover it. That's fine. It's just you're not going to paint over it, like nothing permanent, because that's going to be like a kick in the balls to the clan.
Trying to get some big magnets.
Now, however, Snake Nation is large. Like that's one of the major like clans of nomads.
Yeah, unless of course there's Blood Nation in there somewhere pulling off some shit. In which case we could end up in a big ass firefight and caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, if the Blood Nation is actually after Snake Nation in particular, and you guys pass and they're at war with you, but you guys don't know yet, that could cause an issue and they could attack you, like gang warfare.
Yeah, fuck it. Could be a good time.
Love the optimism, Jeff.
Well, you guys
Right.
decide.
Reminder: this is what gets us killed.
I don't think that we've armored up the vehicle yet.
I just I care less about what y'all do because I just don't want anything that I do to fuck up like get identified to me and then my family and all that shit. So I think what I want to
Wouldn't that
do
also kind of build their underground rep. Is there somebody from their clan is fucking edge running, hitting big shit, fucking with the corpse?
It's not
Not
unheard of.
necessarily. Nobody's gonna. Yeah, that's like run of the mill shit.
Yeah, it's not unheard of. I mean, you got to think like Sangre fucking knocked off a Militech convoy.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
So we just use our regular shit because then
That's
our
true.
deeds back up our songs. Just saying, it's building rep for us too.
Fuck it. Same. Let's do it. Fuck it.
Okay.
Same shit.
All right.
All right.
It's a
I'm
terrible
in.
plan, but okay.
So you guys.
Live
No,
dangerously,
yeah.
Jesse. Live dangerously.
It's not. I
I
don't
try to live for
believe in-
longevity.
If you want
What,
to,
Nate?
if you want to grow old, you should settle down in the suburbs with the white picket fence.
Exactly.
I'd like to live to see tomorrow when our song hits #1 on the charts.
Are you kidding? When we die, we'll be immortalized in our music.
Hey,
Only
do
with
we have
Arasaka Tower.
or
Just
does
saying.
anybody have any way of like finding out more about this area that we're going into? I know it's kind of a
Are there
shithole, but like, is there like
Netports near Ray that I could hop on and try to get like some kind of understanding
Well,
of
yeah,
it?
you guys are still in Watson, so 100%. You can get
All right.
some. There's not going to be
Give it a
anything.
shot.
There's not anything live there really, aside from like maybe the occasional CCTV. So nothing really on the pool. But you can pick up some like old footage, like people have gone in and stuff that's just the data pool in terms of like urban explorers and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little bit of a rough spot. I need you to make a library search roll for me. Difficulty is gonna be a 13.
Oh my god, I actually took that.
nice?
Well, I'll be damned.
Well done. Nice.
Wow.
I made
okay.
good at the thing that I planned to be good at.
So you start searching through some of the data pool, like uploads and things like that, and you manage to find a way to basically make the search algorithms work for you and find a good couple angles of this building. This building's half destroyed. Like the top half of it's been caved in as the supports have kind of melted away and can collapse under the weight of the past 20 or so years. There's no structural support and updates, so the building itself is cracked. It's very precarious looking. There aren't any real big game tags that you notice, but I will, at least on the big ones, right? Let me have you go ahead and roll a streetwise, though.
That thing that I don't have.
Oh,
I'm also going to show this to CD as well, because, you know, he's smarter than me.
Then CD can pull that streetwise as well.
Yeah, I'm not going to get shit. But I will also show it to him anyway because I noticed that this building is precarious and the solo should have a way to look at it and go, okay, if we need to get the fuck out, we can kick out this support and crumble it on people.
You wanted me to roll what?
Streetwise?
Streetwise.
What? Okay. 1 second, please.
The thing that I suck at.
Just gotta find it.
On the right hand side.
You suck. I suck.
Yeah, you don't
suck
see
less than I
anything
do.
in terms of like gang signs, but you do notice that the building itself should, if you're staying in the ground levels, you should be okay. It's like the midway up, so like around the 20th floor or so and up, that's where things get really, really messy and precarious.
I'd say also show it to Sean.
Yeah,
He
we
also
just
has
probably want to.
Yeah, Sean can toss a streetwise.
Anything you recognize?
Nope.
Ain't none of us see shit.
It's
How about
not,
my tactics?
no clan tags. Yeah, go ahead.
Tactics.
Tactics?
About as equally as shit.
So
Good to know.
Still slightly better.
there definitely are a lot of good egress points there. I mean, if you need to leave in a hurry, you got a lot of main roads. That's going to be your saving grace. And you really, when you think about it, these walls of the buildings have already taken a massive beating over the years. You can probably just blow your way through one if you need to.
Okay.
In terms of places to set up, I would, if you're worried about being ambushed, and this is just obvious with some of your training, it's the buildings more towards the center. Like, let's say the one that's right across the street to the west of that.
Yeah.
That's going to be a problem, and the higher buildings next to it. So like this building,
The 4-leaf clover one.
yeah, that's a big one. And like 16 and 15 here, those two buildings are tall and would oversee some of that. That could be also an issue.
Okay.
If we were worried about snipers.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll definitely relay that information. If we're coming in from the east, from the northeast, we're going to want to definitely keep an eye out for. There's a building that's essentially across the street from our target. That was very tall. It's probably still very tall. That might be a place we want to try to get a look at because snipers and things like that. And then there's a few buildings that are directly across the street north of where we're going to be. But as long as we stay on the ground level, the building is in such a condition that I think we'll be able to get out of there relatively quickly. We have an east and we have a south exit. So I think we'll be okay.
Hey, Polly, can you
hypothetically.
look at this for me? Polly,
Look at what?
What's up?
I'll drop my armor down. There's some fucking bullet holes in it.
That's true. It's a bladed. We completely forgot about that. You could have fixed those over the course of the 5 days you guys had.
Perfect.
So that's
Can
pretty
I,
cool.
I'd say, can I get a layout of 4-leaf clover building and then 15 and 16 as well?
Yeah, it's just standard office buildings, really. Nothing unusual, but you do get a couple of floor by floor things on them.
Okay, cool. That's what I'm looking for. Like, how many of them are still intact? Is it still taller?
None
than
of
the
them are
building
still
we're going into?
intact. None of them are still intact.
Well,
They are definitely
intact.
still taller than the building that you guys are going to, but they're all really fucked up.
I'm gonna update the tactician on that as I'm fucking around and finding it.
Nothing really changes with that information. I mean, they're still very usable for those sniper's nests.
Yeah. I'm not going to be. I don't own a sniper rifle, so I don't know if anybody has any kind of glasses or any kind of binoculars or anything like that. But I don't own a rifle. I own a machine gun and a pistol. So that's what you get.
I do not own anything like that.
You're gonna have you
Um,
some fun.
All I'm gonna do, Ray, is I'm gonna make sure my video recorder is attached to me.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm not doing something else I can do until we get into the run.
Okay. So you guys going right away from Afterlife, or how do you want to set it up? You're still. It's like 10 o'clock. You got plenty of time to get down there before like it gets too late, and more than enough time to get out of the city. However, the later you get, the more crazies are out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
Do you
more
guys
drunk
think we
there are
should-
by that time, etc.
Sure. Do you think we should? You guys think we should go down there like right straight away now and kind of like scope out the area?
Yes.
I think I
Yeah.
agree with CD's earlier statement. Let's get it done and get it out of the way.
Okay. We'll start.
Get done,
I'll
get the
just
fuck out.
start heading that way then.
Okay. So you guys start on the drive. Getting there is uneventful. It takes maybe 20, 30 minutes. The most time you take is actually getting into the hot zone itself, because there's a bridge that goes straight from Watson down into this area, the marinas, and then you just go straight south, and you can skirt the edge of the hot zone before you pull in by the medical center. So it's not too difficult. It's just getting that area is like, all right, well, which road do we want to take? This one doesn't look that great. And when you start getting into this area, into the hot zone itself, the roads are super fucked up. There are potholes everywhere. It's like driving in Chicago after they've plowed. You know what I mean? So as you start making your way down, it is a bumpy ride, but it's nothing the SUV can't handle. Like, you go off-roading this damn thing, so it's not that big of a problem for it. It's just something to note. As you guys get to the area around the medical center, the light that's coming through from the outside buildings that are around us in Night City is hitting all the clouds and all the dust and particulate in the air, that's making it like this red sheen of light that covers all the streets and buildings. And you're driving down with your headlights on to get through this like dusty muck and ash in the air, and you're just seeing some of these buildings are on fire, like on the inside. Not like they're ablaze, but people are setting fires in like old drums and canisters or cars. People who have nowhere else to go are staying in this area, and you can see all the fires in some of the old abandoned buildings that are lit up from these people, from these scavengers out here. And as you start getting closer and closer to the building, that center of activity in the middle of like this area, like this university zone, like where 4-leaf clover building and the ones next to it, those have the occasional fires in them as well. You can see through the broken windows. It's not like there's a lot of gangs hanging out, but there are some people here and there, like a half a dozen or so every couple of blocks as you pass them. Pulling up towards the Wedge building, though, there's this massive hole on like the 20th floor that has just been filled with like twisted and burned and blackened metal. There's a lot of broken glass everywhere, so every time you drive across the road, you just hear that crunch of glass being ground into nothingness under your wheels. And you pull up to the building, and the double doors are still in order. Like, somebody either fixed them or they never got damaged. The latter not likely, to be honest. The windows themselves that would cover that main lobby area are all boarded up, but the two doors are there, and you can see fire light from inside. Like, there's clearly somebody inside.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll drive in such a way that people can get a kind of an idea of like the terrain a little bit and like kind of what's around, and then I will just kind of put out there like, should I like pass by and circle the block that way, or?
Now, really quick, does anybody have UV or infrared cyber eyes?
Oh, Jesus. I don't think I have anything cyberized.
I don't. I just
I
have
to
red
check my-
contacts.
Hold on, I have to check my gear.
No,
Nope.
I just have my plugs and my forensic off.
Not yet.
No, just see an eraser and virtuality goggles.
Okay, just checking. That would just give you a little bit more stuff, that's all.
Got some mirror shades.
Those make you look fucking cool. You're driving in this fucking SUV down through the badlands of the town, essentially. Nobody's gonna fuck with the guy with mirror shades. Nobody.
Nobody.
No, I just have micro optics. Not gonna help.
Okay. Yeah, no, not for this.
No. I got what I needed for repairs.
So you driving by, or are you gonna pull to the side?
I'll start slowing up a little bit, and
Well, if you wanted to, you can easily hop the curb and just drive up towards the doors. I mean, you don't have to park on the side of the street. It's you're gonna get a ticket, you know?
right.
I'll be looking around while we're driving up. I'm just looking for anything out of the ordinary. Shit that could show like there's a fucking ambush waiting for us or something.
This whole part of town is an ambush waiting to happen. Like,
Yeah.
and as far
My-
as for anything out of the ordinary, this whole part of town is out of the ordinary. Like, even in combat zones, this is fucked up.
All right. Well, just so Ray is aware, I have a pretty high streetwise. I just didn't roll on the last thing because I didn't see it.
Go ahead and roll.
And human perception. So I'm
Well, roll your
definitely-
streetwise first.
Okay.
Max, if I have any advice to give you, it would be to drive like you belong here, and don't hesitate at all.
Right.
I don't know if that's going to help us, but that's my advice.
So
Alright.
Vox will see as you're driving by the medical center building. There's a tag for a gang here that's kind of not really concealed, but it's kind of weird. Like it's black on black essentially, so it's hard to see at first. But when the light hits it right, you can see that the tag is in reflective paint, and it's for the Philharmonic Vampires, which is a gang that's attached to the Werewolves of London. I'm not making this up. The Philharmonic
I will relay
Vampires.
that to everybody. I'll be like, just so you're aware, we're dealing with vampires and werewolves.
I'm looking at him dumbfounded.
Fuck.
The Phil.
This look on my face is literally the look on Z's face. Just
So what Vox can recall of this particular gang is they literally dress in like evening wear, like the tuxedo with the tails, the nice
Right.
shirts, the canes, and they have like, hopefully they're cybernetics, but fangs, top hats. They really dress the fucking part.
Do they call them vampires because they're pale and skinny because they don't have enough food to eat?
Negative. And it's vampires with a Y, by the way.
Ooh.
We're killing
relay
them
that
all.
to everybody. I'll be
werewolves
like,
are
I don't know how these people feel about your clan, but just a heads up. This building.
Well,
is-
for all I know, I could be. That's who the pickup could be through. I mean, I don't know anything about who I'm picking this shit up from. It could be them. It could be a vampire. It could be a werewolf. It could be a fairy. It could be who knows.
so can't kill them.
Fair
Got
enough.
it.
So the Werewolves of London are called this because usually what they used to do, sometimes now still, on the night of the full moon, they literally rip somebody apart and tag the location. Like they rip their body apart with like, rippers, etc. They just claw them apart and leave them in shreds everywhere. There's some rumors that sometimes they eat the person, but it only happens on the full moon. So
Great
yeah,
cannibals.
what are the vampires known
check
for,
the
if
moon.
anything?
it's not full moon. The vampires, they're just another gang. Like they do gang shit. They don't do anything crazy like that aside from dressing in evening wear.
Right.
But
All right, my Drugans, let's
They're
go get 'em.
probably they're
do
probably
gang shit.
They're as vampiric as the snakes are snakes.
probably.
Fair.
Hail
All right.
Hydra.
Well, I'll just pull us up then to the fucking building, and I will pull the van up in such a way that I would be able to like I'll pull up and then like around back so that if I had to quickly get out, it would be I'm already facing the direction that we came.
Okay, not a problem. So you're on back and park. You can, again, like I said, see a couple of like fires inside the building that, from what light does, escape through some of the windows that aren't boarded. Clearly, somebody has some drums inside that they lit fires in for like light.
I would like to get out first to scan the area, and I would like to get out with my pistol.
Okay.
The logic behind this is those that carry machine guns are carrying machine guns because they're meant to represent security. Those that carry pistols into a war zone are carrying it because they intend to use it. So
enough.
that's my logic here. I don't know if that's accurate but that's
That's
my
how
logic.
CD sees it. So you slide out of the SUV, get your pistol at the ready. You're looking down the
I got all
doors.
my shit.
As you guys start filing out of the
Fucking
SUV,
sword.
yeah, you guys start filing out of the SUV, and the doors are there. Nobody's coming out to greet you. You just step out into this cracked, like, there were flagstones laid down here a while ago to be like some nice decoration at the foot of this building, and now they're all cracked and pulverized in some areas. There's ash piles, almost like it's some weird twisted representation of snow off to either side. And through all this, you have that red glint from the rest of the city, this haze in the air that's just crimson. The doors are closed. Nobody's coming out. You guys are just standing here in this courtyard, essentially.
I will walk rapidly to the door
Okay.
to go clear the door, basically.
All
I
right.
won't stand still at any point in time unless I've secured point A to point B and I'm waiting for everybody else to catch up.
Okay.
This is his specialty, I guess.
Yeah,
So
this
I'm
is
following
his
him. If
territory.
he's moving, I'm moving. I'm
Yep.
watching his
Right.
back.
Following his lead, I'm going to go
He's
ahead and hit a couple
perceptive
of
as
buttons on my forearm piece, except it's going to be the silent arming of the vehicle and locking it.
Okay.
No flashing lights,
No
no
Viper
noise.
arms.
Just click and alarm set. which will notify me by vibrating.
You guys do hear the sound of gunfire erupt just a couple buildings away. In Night City, this is not an unusual thing. It's not like it's coming your direction. It's just gunfire is starting to erupt a little bit here and there, scattered pieces. You hear some really loud, like powerful engines start to rev on some of the streets as well as you make it to the door. As CD gets to the door, he can see through it. The glass is tinted, but it's not enough to keep you from seeing what's on the other side. You can see that there's this lobby inside the main part past this doors in the building itself. And again, it's got like this like faux marble that's been cracked. People have dragged these empty barrels along either side to make almost like a pathway of burning barrels down towards the center of where you would assume to be what an info desk was at one point. But on top of that desk, which is also this black sort of like reflective rock, somebody has put like an old-fashioned, nice, like high-backed chair. And in the chair, against this plush red cushioning, you can see a man wearing like this nice evening coat, smoking a cigarette, and just looking at the door.
Okay.
There are some figures that move to either side through the shadows that you can just barely make out.
Okay. I'll just say behind me that I think we spotted your guy.
Okay. Perfect. Keep heading in.
So what I'll do is these are doors that we open, or are they like sliding doors?
They've got like they're pull doors, so you open them yourself.
Yeah, so basically I'll position myself to the side of the door. I'll grab the handle, pull it open, and then like basically position the pistol over the door while give him the opportunity to walk in.
Okay.
So basically I'll be covering the team as they go in.
Yeah, not a problem. You slide that door open, get your pistol at the ready. As you open the door, you get a more unobstructed view of the inside of the lobby. So it's less shadows now and more distinct figures. And you can see on either side, just out of the light, directly out of the light of those barrels that have been set up, there's probably about 2 people on either side. You're spaced out between pillars. You can see them. This is a standard kind of setup you would expect if somebody's being a guard. Like they're just watching. Nobody moves once you open the door, even when you put your gun on the inside. It still seems calm in there. And that guy on the chair kind of takes a drag and ashes a cigarette and just waits.
Okay.
Follow Max.
Yeah, I'll head in.
As Max walks in, you're walking along this cracked faux marble floor towards the gentleman that's up on what used to be the information desk. And as you start passing these barrels, you see just outside of direct light from the burning, the black shapes of people standing, like I said, 2 on either side. You pass one set and then you pass the other set. They're right across from each other, probably about 10 feet apart. You can see the difference in the shadows around them. So there's definitely black and then like a lighter type shirt under the way it's cut looks like a jacket. Mm-hmm. And then you see this guy literally in like an old school, like formal tuxedo sitting in this plush red cushioned chair on top of a black desk, smoking a cigarette. He's like, you've come. Welcome to the territory of the vampires.
So glad I'm wearing a mask right now.
Subtly in the background, the Empire of the Vampire starts playing. Those who know the song from the Succubus Club.
Yep.
Empire of the Vamp.
Yeah, we're here. Hey, great place.
Indeed. You are the one from the Snakes, yes?
That's correct.
Excellent. We have business to see to. Please. He raises his hands and claps them. And you see 2 sets of guys still dressed in formal wear. Like they even got the tails and the tuxedos, carry these 2 massive armored crates out. Probably about a good 6 foot long by about 3 or 4 feet wide. And they're probably about 1.5 feet thick. And they put them down on the floor, probably about 5 or 6 feet away from the guy on the chair. And then once they're down, they just kind of step back. Now for CD, you can see these guys are definitely packing. They've each got a submachine guns just strapped across their chest. Their hands don't go towards the guns. They just kind of rest, like crossing their arms or maybe folding their hands in front of their stomachs. Just relaxed poses.
Yeah, same with me. When I see that there isn't like something about to pop off, I'll actually position myself so that I'm to the side of all of them so that I can keep them in my periphery and outside in my periphery.
Okay.
So that way, if something does happen outside, I can react. But basically just my hands are down, very loose, pistol pointed at the ground, probably the same way they are.
I'm going to do the same, but on the other side of our group. So basically, he's got one side in the group. I've got the other side in the group.
I'm just flanking Sean.
So the guy in the chair looks at you, says, "So, do you have the 5,000?"
No,
2,000.
already been paid.
Not this part. So now we're going to make a deal. The cases are for your own convenience. If you don't have the extra tip, then they're going to make it for our convenience. He snaps his fingers, and these two guys start wheeling this like very old school, like almost comically shaped casket out, and they put it on the ground. The weapons go in, well, the items go in that instead of these nice cases we had set up for you. If you can't pay the tip. If you can, then you can take the nice cases. Otherwise, you take the coffin.
What's the deal with the coffin?
So people know where it came from. And it's appropriate.
like them.
You'll see.
I like him.
So
No, this,
I almost don't want a tip just so we have the coffin.
no, this is a symbolic thing. It sounds like.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I dig the message.
tip or the coffin.
Can I tip you 500 and we still take the coffin?
Of course.
Cool. What's your number?
Somebody with cash? You have cash? We don't do a lot of
No.
transfers.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Polly, take it easy.
All right.
Tell you what. 800 in the cases.
Fine.
Polly, you got that 500?
Yeah, I'll send my 500 straight to Max.
Can somebody, Vlad? Can you get the account? Yes, do the electronic, and you'll see this one guy walk over, kind of smiles at you. He has actually two very extended canines that almost like go over his bottom lip as he kind of smiles, and he kind of raises his agent, and there's a QRC code there you can scan and transfer your money over to. You paying him?
Well, wait a minute. Aren't you going to load the cases first?
Oh, they're loaded. You can check if you'd
No.
like.
They're loaded in my vehicle.
Oh no, we're not loading them. It's beneath us.
Oh, I don't care if you load them or if I load them. I'll give you the 800 once the cases are in my vehicle.
I'll give you the cases once the tip is in the jar. Otherwise, it's the coffin.
Nah. Tip is, I think we have a fundamental disagreement on what a tip means.
I think we do.
A tip is a gratuity. It takes place after a service has been provided. not
Prepare the
before.
coffin. And you'll see one of the guys rush over. He opens the coffin. There's actually a dead body in there. He's like, oh, shit. Boss? Leave it. All right.
Just give him just
He goes and flips over one of the cases.
All right, fine. Give me the thing.
He'll hold it up again.
800.
Thank you. They'll close the coffin, and the guy will push it away. Like, you just hear the squeak as it's wheeled on out. And the case that had been opened in front of you, because the guy went to open it, you just see bloody cyberware. Like, we're talking almost fresh off the corpse's cyberware. And there's cyber arms, there's optics, there's fucking... You can see somebody try pulling off some of the wired, like, neuro reflexes from people.
Jesus.
Hand blades,
boy.
rippers, like, all kinds
Let's
of
get a
shit.
hatchet job.
Yes. Yes, it was. And it was kind of not surgical because there's still bits of meat on some of the cyberware.
I can clean it off. That's fine.
fucking gag worthy.
This is fucking bad luck.
I
just
can
seeing
help.
Something like that. Can we get out of here? Let's grab some cases and get out.
Attached.
We'll close the case. Each case weighs about 100 pounds of just pure metal and cybernetics. So it's probably going to take, for how weird and oblong it is, it might take two of you to a case.
That's fine. We're leaving CD
Sure.
without touching one of them because if we need somebody to start
Yeah,
firing,
I'm
he's the
not-
one to do it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm not, I'm not
Absolutely.
picking up any boxes.
Yeah, he's guarding. We're carrying boxes.
The girls will get one box. Boys will take the
Who
other.
wants to roll me a perception? Everybody Everybody does.
Here we
Roll a
fucking
perception.
go.
I don't think any of us have a choice
it-
on that. We all kind of have to roll it.
It's human perception, right?
No, no, Jeff, it is not.
It's-
Where is,
Inhuman perception?
is there a regular perception somewhere?
Yes, it's a regular
I'll-
perception.
Awareness skills.
Yeah, it would.
Top left.
My threat detection. Can I add my
Yes.
my solo ability?
Top left, I have that too.
Perception.
I'm a take a dice.
I got a 10. I don't see shit.
You're taking a dice, Jeff?
Apparently, it's the
No.
same fucking number.
Okay, so I'm not going to charge you for it.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Ooh.
So.
I'm
do you-
taking a die.
Okay.
Did I roll twice?
No, that was Z.
No.
No, that was me.
Oh, I was
All
going
right,
to
so
say.
I'll
I-
knock you guys down to 8.
That's better.
That's better.
That's better, Nate.
Okay, so anybody who got above a 15, there's two things you notice. One is this is as you're walking away, as you see CD being like very alert, doing the solo thing, kind of checking stuff out. The moment that you guys had to see all that cyberware was kind of rushed, but the idea that there's potentially danger attached to this in the way that Max was like, this is bad luck. As you're walking away is when you start putting the pieces together. Anybody who got over 15 saw Maelstrom stamped onto the cyberware. Now, for those who don't know, and the Maelstrom is one of the big fucking games of cyber psychos out there. They are completely cybered to the gills. They don't give a fuck about humanity, and they just go insane, apeshit style, with just cyber, all chromed up psychos to just take over territory and kill whoever the fuck they want to. That's stamped on the cyberware. Anybody who got over a 16, as you're walking out, which I think is still the same too, as you're walking out, you see that Maelstrom car pass by again. It's this massive muscle car that's just driving a circuit.
And, Maelstrom is stamped on the boxes.
No, they're stamped on the cyberware.
Oh, okay.
Like, imagine getting it etched into your arm, like to show off your affiliation. That's
Yeah.
what it's like.
Right. Okay, we got to move quickly.
Uh-huh.
Double time. Out the door.
You guys
Which
rush
way
out to
wait
the
till my
door.
car goes away.
You hear that massive rumble of the muscle car pull around the block.
Okay.
The echoes they're bouncing off the buildings down. They're not coming directly at you. You know it's behind another building. It doesn't have line of sight to you. At least CD realizes that with his
Yeah.
awareness.
I will be moving in double time to go open the van doors so they can get the boxes in.
All right. You rush the SUV, pop open the back doors. Polly unlocks it for you as you get there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody else, you're trying to double time with these things as well.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Everybody give me endurance. The difficulty is going to be a 12.
Do I endure too?
No, you're good. You're not
There's endure.
lugging
There
these
is endure.
awkward containers.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a dice.
I'm going to
How
take
do we
a
wait?
dice too.
And in that movement, I'm going to holster the pistol, and I'm gonna, unstow the machine gun because I have a feeling I'm gonna have to fucking do cover fire at some point.
Okay.
I don't need that other die. I rolled a 17.
Okay.
How do we wait? how
Sean,
we
do you want to
roll?
use it?
Can I use luck
I need it.
Sure. Yeah, you can use luck.
to get up to 12? I'll do that.
I guess the 13's my answer.
You only needed a 12.
Okay.
So I'll
How do
put
you
back.
roll endurance?
It's just a skill.
Oh,
Up
is
in the
it?
top
Yeah.
left, I want to
Yeah,
say.
it's under body skills, top left-hand side, second one down.
Okay, there it is.
There you go.
Put those two back since y'all didn't need them there. All right, so as you start double timing towards the SUV, anybody who originally scored under a 13, under a 12, like Z did on their second roll, but they'll just be for effect. You kind of almost slip your fingers on this thing as you're getting tired rushing this thing out because it is kind of heavy. It's more awkward. You're trying to juggle it together, and somebody's got to do that weird, like either run forward with their hands behind them or walk backwards with their hands in front of them. So it's just a weird little dance you have to maneuver to get to the vehicle. But you get there and slide these two containers in the back, one on top of the other, leaving room, because you have that set up like kitchen and all that shit on the back. So it just slides in between that, and you close the back door. You hear that engine round the building, and now it's heading up north. It's going to come around that back side and probably be out by that that northeast road. If you guys wait too long.
As soon as we can go, I'll go.
Yeah, I'll hop
soon
in
as we're ready.
before we close
Yep.
the doors.
Just
Yeah, I mean, I would even go so far as to say I might just jump in and start driving while they were loading, like, if that's possible. If it's not, I mean, I don't know who the best driver is.
That's
so-
gonna be Max because he gets this awesome
on.
thing where he adds his like professional skill to his drive rolls.
okay. Yeah, so then I'll just hang back with my machine gun and wait for everybody to get in, and I'll shut the door or whatever behind us.
Yeah, you slam that shut. You guys all get in the vehicle. Max gets in the driver's seat. The engine starts up. Now, I fail to recall. Does Max have the plugs where he actually can pilot the vehicle without his hands?
I have, I think I do. Yeah, I have the interface plugs.
Yes. Yeah. So you can jack in, and it'll give you like more control. Which basically, it doesn't give you any bonuses. It just lets you do other shit while you're driving as well. It makes it easier.
You're not a rigger, but you're a rigger.
Almost a rigger, not quite a rigger. As you're connected in, you pseudo rigger you. The vehicle starts right up as soon as your interface plugs get jacked into the contacts on the vehicle. Engine roars to life, and you can hear that muscle car round that corner. Now, looking at the map, the overall map of Night City here, the one that's up top there, you guys are literally like right about here. Between the 9 and the 10. Do you want to go south or do you want to try to just beat this guy and go northeast? What's the plan?
Let's go south. No, we came from the northeast, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to go back the way we came then, because we know, like, we were familiar with that.
All right.
Right.
There's
So-
also a chance that he has buddies to the south if this one's patrolling here.
Yeah.
So you peel out of the little courtyard area that you're in and hop back onto the road, jumping down the curb, and you start driving up northeast. And as you pass the threshold of the building, you can see from that alleyway, the Maelstrom lights hit you as you pass, as it's coming up on the side as well. Now, the question I have is, are you tearing ass, or are you trying to pull that drive casual shit?
I drive casual.
Okay.
Right. Work for Frank.
I need you to roll your stealth, and they're going to roll perception.
Take all of the dice you need, Sean.
Right.
Oh, I've got a pretty good stealth, though.
I will be
Pretty
taking one dice.
And you still have remaining luck.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting I have luck. That's a thing that exists in this game.
I'm saving mine for when I inevitably get shot again.
Ooh, I have to use that
Damn,
dice I just
Sean!
used.
Go.
Oh,
Oh.
Pain.
okay.
Damn.
Okay. I see how it is. So you just kind of like slow roll this past the other car and you start driving casually. As you go down the street, you see it turns left instead of right. Like it goes the opposite direction of you guys as you guys pull out. Now, do you maintain the course or at any time do you just bolt?
I'm not bolting unless somebody gives me a reason to.
Okay. You drive out calmly and make your way out of the hot zone without incident. Bastards.
I'll just be
I was
flying.
praying for a combat tonight.
Oh, night ain't over yet.
Yeah, we ain't out yet.
Yeah, we gotta go to the new
The new drop zone.
the new drop zone. So who
Right.
knows what
So I gotta ask, what's the rush?
what do you mean? What's the rush?
Why were we double timing it out of there?
Because their
didn't-
box is full of people parts.
They've got
Yeah.
still with flesh and blood on them. They're farming people.
Okay.
Also labeled Maelstrom.
Wait, what?
The parts are labeled Maelstrom.
Like that car?
Z literally just looks up and starts nodding.
Ray?
You guys make it through
In
the
my
arena.
in,
Go ahead.
in my tech bag, do I have anything that would detect
Bugs.
homing
Oh.
beacons,
That's a good point.
transmitters, etc.?
Vox has something.
I do, and I will pull it out and utilize the bug detector.
Yes, one of the cases lights up like a Christmas tree.
Son of a fuck. I'll just
I'll pop that box open. What the
Pop
fuck's
it.
in there?
There are 3
Which
cyber
one?
arms that there's a bug inside, like the bicep of the arm.
Time for me to go to work.
As you guys are driving through Upper Marina, nicer part of town, not that bad, you see another Maelstrom car pull behind you.
Yep.
I'm going to work, Ray.
Okay. So roll me your tech.
I'm going to work too. It's called grabbing something and wrapping my arm around it while preparing to fire cover fire at a vehicle that's chasing us if need be. I
Right.
I don't want to
I'm
just
positioning.
So you're like,
jump to
fucking
conclusions.
seatbelt just so I don't fall out, get that window ready.
I'm
positioning
definitely pulling a
myself in the
Sarah
back.
Connor.
I'm positioning myself in the back next to the doors so I can shoot out the window if need be.
Okay.
Is this Cybertech?
Yes.
Question.
Question. What's up?
22.
Maelstrom is very much all cyber decked out. Yes.
Oh, they're chromed as shit. Yeah, they're monsters.
Are there cars?
What do you mean, are there cars?
Do they
Are
have
they also
cyberware and
cyber?
tech in their cars?
Chris, you read that
They-
wrong, bro. You rolled a 6.
So some can
Oh,
have.
subtract. Oh, shit.
Yeah, subtract 8 because you crit failed.
I wanna take one of those.
So
I'll take a die.
some of them are occasionally jacked into their vehicles, but it's not. Again, there's no net architecture that you can hack. That's the problem.
Fuck.
It's a direct link. It's analog essentially when they're plugged in.
I was hoping they had some kind of signal going out of the car that I could jam or do something with.
No, because they're directly jacked in like analog style. There's no architecture to attack, no wavelength to hack into.
And this isn't like 2020 where I can look at them and just pop a bug.
Right. So Polly gets the first one out as this car is
Yay.
behind you. Max, you see this now clear as day in your rear view. This fucking angry fucking 4 front wheels, 2 back wheel, long stretch muscle car is just rolling behind you, and then the lights flash at you.
Not only are they cyber decked, they have no fucking taste. That's even worse.
What do? Polly's back. You can hear her fingers, just like the drill and all the extensions on her tool hand are just going to work right now.
Yep.
I'm going to keep driving until they tell me that we're all clear on the bugs. And then my plan is once we're clear is to try and lose this car.
Okay. So the first one comes out. CD can see that they're getting closer. Like they're not accelerating really fast, but they're slowly getting closer to the back of the car. And those headlights are flashing at you guys. Polly, want to make another check?
Polly, make a check.
Second arm, you pull aside some of the plating and manage to get into the guts and pull out the other small bug. At this point in time, Max and everybody in the vehicle can feel the back bumper get hit like a nudge, a love tap from the muscle car behind you. And then the horn
Right.
goes off.
Running out of time here.
Probably want to get the other one?
Yes, I do.
Polly, want a dice roll?
No.
30.
You get a crit success. Is there anything particular you would like to do with that?
Would there be a way for me to flip it from a transmitter to to track them?
No.
Like reverse engineer it to track them?
No. Because you need to have something on their side transmitting to be able to receive it. And they're just receiving, they're not transmitting.
Okay. Got it. God, I'm trying to think. Trying to think of what I could do with this.
I'll give you 10 more seconds. This is literally like a really quick space and time that you have, like an open-ended thing you can possibly handle before the car gets hit again.
I don't need.
Okay.
Yeah,
Push 'em.
I don't.
Okay.
I can't think of what I.
Do you
could
want to
with
phone
it
a
with-
friend? Anybody else got a suggestion potentially?
Could you like reverse the polarity?
Reverse a neutron flow.
I don't know.
Reverse the
Like,
polarity of
send-
the neutron flow?
Yeah, exactly. Could you get it up to 88 miles an hour? No. Is there any way you could like reverse it so that it like sends like a shock to their system so that their tracking gets fucked up?
We're
Oh,
just
like,
fucking trying to
so it's
lose
like
them, and we'll
transmitting.
throw them out the windows in random areas.
Yeah, you can spike it to definitely shut down that receiver for a small bit, like just overload
Yep.
it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna overload it. I'm gonna throw them together.
Okay.
Oh, throw them together real quick. So it uses all the energy from all three, and I'm spiking the shit out of it.
Okay. So
And then it gets tossed out the window.
you bind it, pop it, and then just throw it out the fucking window. There's no change in the car behind you, except that it slows up a little bit, almost like a what the fuck was that? But nothing drastic. What does Max do? Like, the window opens up, this fucking thing gets thrown out.
We're good.
I'm going in full like gun it mode to try and
Hear 'em.
lose this car. Like
So
this is
suddenly
chase
you're
time.
just like fucking floor in the fucking accelerator and just tearing ass down the street in Upper Marina.
hold on to your butts.
All right. So,
We just hit adrenaline mode. Let's go.
do you prefer evens or odds, sir?
Odds.
Sir.
Okay. So the cop that you pass that's in the alleyway is having a coffee and doesn't notice you just like fucking floor it and just go boom, right past him. They don't notice the maelstrom either, as that car just suddenly kicks up as well. As you guys, one after the other, go flying past this cop, they're more interested in the donut they got than paying attention to anything on the road. So you guys fly past, no police interference at this point in time. I need you to go ahead and roll your drive for me as you start hitting some of the more like busy parts of the street and trying to obviously lose this guy as you go.
Thank God cops don't
Go.
give a shit. in
We
this area.
believe in
Jesus
you.
What
Christ.
the fuck is that?
Fuck yes, Sean.
Okay. Yeah, I'm calling
Looks
bullshit.
like
on that
Sean
roll.
came to play too.
Yeah, he did. Don't mind me and my terrible shit. So, Sean, you literally get to this one, like, incredibly sharp turn that is almost like, I don't know, I'd say probably, I don't know, about 70 or so degrees. So you swing around the corner and just slide on down with the car. Like, the engine's roaring, the tires are squealing, and you just kind of swing that back end of the SUV around and nail it right back into that turn. The Maelstrom guy sees you turn. You see him start to turn. He clips a car that's coming down that street that you turn into and bounces and ends up going straight away. But you can hear that engine flare as he's trying to go up a block to catch you again. Need you to roll me another drive. Let's
That's
see if
why
we can
you
ding on
don't
you.
put four wheels in the front of a vehicle.
Yeah.
Your
God.
turning radius fucking sucks.
Are you serious, Sean?
Go,
Two
Sean, go.
27s? All right, so this Maelstrom guy
You.
recovers, and you see him coming down. The headlights are bouncing, they're coming down another side road. You see him actually hit, like, a guy walking past the entrance of this alleyway, just fucking hits him, and he goes flying, and this car keeps on going while you kind of hit another turn, but by the time he gets out into the main street, you're long gone. 227s is ridiculous. This is godlike rolls, by the way. You make it out Upper Marina and into New Westbrook, having lost this Maelstrom tail.
All right. Once I lost him, I'll start driving normal. I don't want to attract any like police attention or anything. Like, I don't need any of that kind of trouble. And then we'll start
Fuck,
heading
you're
over.
disabled, right?
Yeah. And then we'll head to the coordinates for the drop.
Okay. You guys drive on down. You get through Haywood and then pass down a little bit beyond Rancho Coronado. And you are going into roads that are barely anything you could actually really define as a road. They're just kind of pathways through the muck and the mud and the trash and refuse on either side of the path. You go down a ways. This whole drive takes about 45 minutes or so from where you're at in New Westbrook when you emerge from Marina. When you get to this point of the road where it starts to be a little more solid, you can feel it, a little more steady under the wheels of the vehicle. You're not doing as much bouncing in the back of the car. Nothing's being jostled around as you drive. You can see up ahead of you, it looks like an old, I want to say gas station. It's a small building. You can see that weird, overextended roof that's supported by, a couple of small pillars, a front glass area. And you can see a couple other, as your headlights hit them, a couple other of Snake Nation vehicles. 2 cars and a van that are there. The lights are on the inside. You can see them shining through the glass. It looks like a couple of guys are sitting at a counter just having drinks and smoking.
All right. I will pull up.
You pull on in, and actually as you drive into, underneath the overhang of the roof, you hear that ding ding as you drive over a little, air pipe or air hose. The guys inside look over. You see one guy kind of nod, puts his cigarette between his lips, gets off his stool, and heads out the door. Takes a drag, flicks a cigarette off to the other side of the parking lot, walks up to the driver's side and goes, "What do you need, a fill up?" You're Max, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Have any trouble getting out here?
Nah, it was easy.
Cool.
No problem.
Hey, can you back into the garage? We'll open up for you. And that's a wrap for this episode. With some quick thinking by some of our players, they managed to get rid of the tracker that was on them and avoid Maelstrom entirely and got to the drop-off point without too much incident. Now, whether or not Maelstrom remembers them in the future, we'll have to see. But right now, things seem a little bit calm. They've gotten to their drop-off point. Max is meeting with the rest of the Snake Nation people, and we'll see how all that goes with our next episode.